today's video, I'm going to share the 5 simple habits that made me a millionaire real estate agent by 29. Now look, before you jump off this video thinking, I've probably already heard of this before, this is way too simple for me and all of that stuff, I just want you to know that whether you're looking for your first real estate deal, you're a brand new agent, maybe you haven't had a deal in a while, or you already have a $1 million business, I guarantee you that almost all real estate agents, probably less than 1%, are actually doing the habits that I am going to talk about today. And you're either going to learn some new habits that you can adopt into your daily routine, or you're going to be reminded about all of the things that you're not doing. Now, just because you adopt these habits doesn't mean that you're going to become a millionaire overnight. I wish I could do that for you, but what it will do is give you a great foundation that you can build upon when you plug into the right system for success in real estate, because my mission is to help you build an amazing business that's profitable, that's fun, that's predictable, so that you have a great time in real estate and create the dream life that you've always wanted. And one last thing to remember is that these habits build upon each other. So if you just incorporate one, you may not see the success that you want. So I encourage you to take in all 5 and adopt these into everything that you're doing. And so with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into habit number 1. And that is to read exactly what you want as the last thing you do before you go to bed and the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning. Now look, I know that sounds simple, but there is actually a lot that goes into this habit. First of all, it begs the question, what do you want? I really want you to ask yourself that question many, many times. What do you want? What do you want in your real estate business? What do you want in your life? What do you want out of your physical fitness? What do you want out of your relationships? When it comes to real estate specifically, you have to know what you want. What kind of clients do you want to work with? How much money do you want to earn? What kind of business do you want? These are all such important questions. And the reason that I say read it right before you go to bed and read it when you wake up is, first of all, in order to read it, you have to write it down. And studies show that people who set goals and then write them down are way more likely to achieve them. I believe the number is about 42% when you write them down, 70-something% when you actually read them. So this is going to help you in actually getting what you want. But there's something that's actually even greater, and that is the power of the subconscious mind. If you read books on this subject, which I have read a ton of, the subconscious mind is so powerful. And when you read what you want before you go to bed, at night while you're sleeping, you allow your subconscious mind to actually come up with ways to get you exactly what you want. Now, I'm not talking about some airy-fairy, law of attraction. Hey, I'm just going to say it and it's going to happen. No. But when you say it before you go to bed, your mind is going to think about how to get that for you. When you say it in the morning, it's going to line up your activities throughout the day to make sure that they're geared around getting exactly what you want. So it's a simple habit, but it's something that I guarantee you will lead to success if you also, of course, incorporate the other things that I'm talking about here.
Hey realtors, thanks for tuning in. I have absolutely nothing to sell you. And look, whether you're looking for your first transaction, you want to grow your business to over 100K a year, or you want to scale to a team or an organization of over $1 million a year, I want to invite you to book a free business strategy call with me and my team. You can follow the link down below. Book a call. We will do a deep dive into your business. We'll see what's working. We'll see what isn't working. I'll share with you what my group and I are doing in terms of weekly accountability, mentorship, coaching, and all of that good stuff. Again, absolutely free, no additional split, no fee to you. We'll see if partnering with us makes sense for you or your business. In either case, I guarantee you that the call is going to add a tremendous amount of value to you, and you will leave with a game plan on how to execute to achieve your goals and live the dream life that you've always wanted in real estate. Book your call now, and I'll talk to you soon.
And so habit number 2 is to make health and fitness a priority in your life. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't this a real estate video? Yes, it is. But I have to tell you that when you make health and fitness a priority in your life, so many things are better. And I want you to just ask yourself, have you ever noticed that when you work out, the days you work out, when you get to the gym or whatever you like to do for exercise and however you like to eat healthy, but when you actually get that exercise in, when you eat healthy, don't you just feel so much better? If you think about it, your body is like an engine. It's like a car. If you were to put a whole bunch of crap into your car, it probably wouldn't run very well. Your body is the same exact way. If you put a bunch of crap and fast food and garbage into your body and sugar, then what's going to happen is your mind, which is a muscle, is not going to be able to function at full capacity. So when you make health and fitness a priority for yourself, what you're actually doing is setting yourself up for success in your real estate business, because your body and your mind can operate how it needs to operate at full speed. Now, look, I'm gonna leave it up to you to figure out whatever that looks like for you. I'm not one of these guys who says wake up at 4 in the morning and work out at 4:30 and be the first one in the gym. No, I don't care. It actually doesn't matter when you do it. I like to work out in the mid-morning, middle of the day. I like to get up, do a bunch of my stuff in the morning, then hit the Peloton or the gym or whatever I'm going to do. I also like to work out at night. I play basketball at night. And by the way, that's where this is from, is a basketball injury, broken finger. But that's beside the point. Do what works for you. Don't listen to all these guys or gals that tell you that you have to do it some specific way, but make sure that however you do it, you make health and fitness a top priority in your life. Habit number 3 is to ask a lot of questions. Now, once again, I know you might be thinking, that sounds silly, Danny. What are you talking about? Ask a lot of questions and all this kind of stuff. But here's the thing. When I went to law school, one of the things that I learned that I made a habit of is asking a lot of questions. My friends actually always will comment on, man, you ask so many questions and good questions and all these kinds of things. Asking the right questions and asking lots of questions will help you in so many ways. One of the things that I notice with real estate agents a lot is that most real estate agents do way too much talking. They're always giving their opinion. They're talking about stuff. They're trying to solve problems and all these kinds of things, when really, if you were to just ask more questions, that would help everyone get to the solution or get to the bottom of the problem. This actually works in negotiations really well. It works with your family really well. It's a very good skill to have, and all you have to do is turn most of your statements that you make into questions. Let me show you an example of how this works. Real estate agent goes on a tour with a client, a buyer client. They see a house and they say, wow, what an amazing kitchen. That's a statement. Well, maybe it's amazing to you. Maybe it's not amazing to your client. The converse of that is you see something and you go, oh man, look at this crappy view. Well, maybe it's a crappy view to you, but maybe your client doesn't care. The better way to do it is to just ask a question. Hey, what do you think of this kitchen? See how that's so much better? Now you let your client talk. You let them tell you what they want. Like I said, this works in all aspects. It works in negotiation. Instead of trying to ram something down the other party's throat, just ask it as a question. You know, I see so many agents getting into these adversarial relationships with other agents, with their clients. You know, they go, my client's crazy, the other agent's nuts. No, just ask more questions and you will get to the bottom of the situation instead of trying to always make statements. And make no mistake, this is a habit. And so the more you can get into the habit of switching your statements into questions, the better you will do, the more success you will have, the more clients you will have, the more people and clients will like you. I remember all of these habits build upon themselves and they all go together. So habit number 4 is to have a start time and an end time to your business as a real estate agent. Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't swipe away from this video right now saying there's no way I can do that because real estate is a 24/7, 365 business. I'm here to tell you, no, it is not. It doesn't have to be. It is because you're making it that way. It doesn't have to be that way. And the way that you can have a start time and an end time to your work is to set the proper expectations with not only your clients, but everyone that you work with. So at your buyer consultation or your listing consultation, for example, you can tell your clients, here are my hours of operations. Every professional does this. If you go to the doctor, you can't just call your doctor at 9 p.m. unless you have a concierge service doctor, right? You can't just walk into your attorney's office at midnight on a Saturday and have a problem that you tell them. Typically, that doesn't work that way. But you have to set the right expectations. If you don't, and your clients expect you to answer the phone at 8 p.m., then you're answering the phone at 8 p.m. So what I always did is at my consultations, as I mentioned, I always inform the clients, here's my team, here's how we work, here's when you can get me, here's when I'm available. And the caveat to this and the catch to this is if you can add leverage to your business without actually adding a bunch of costs and overhead and expenses, then you have other people on your team that can actually help you. One great way to do this is to partner with a company that I'm involved with called ExactTC, and you can actually watch a video about the company right here, but we are the world's best concierge transaction coordinator service. So when you hire us and partner with us, for example, in your consultation, you can explain that, hey, my partner, my transaction coordinator during the deal is available from these hours to these hours. If you ever can't get me, can't get a hold of me, you can always contact them. Now you're adding leverage into your business, meaning you personally do not always have to be available. So once you set this up properly in your business and you adhere to it, and that is a critical step, once you set up those expectations, don't deviate from them. If you tell your clients, hey, I'm not available after 7 p.m., don't pick up your phone at 9 p.m. because then they're just going to think that you're going to do that all the time. This is a very important step for your sanity. It's a very important step to set up a proper business, and it's also very important for your family and for everything else that you do in your life. Don't skip this one and don't think that it's not doable. And that leads me perfectly into habit number 5, which is one of my favorites. It's something that I do all of the time and I absolutely love it. And that is to use airplane mode on your cell phone. And guys, airplane mode is not just for airplanes, believe it or not. Now, this is another one where you might be saying, I'm a real estate agent, I can't do that. If I stop answering my phone every second, people are going to stop working with me. Couldn't be further from the truth. Airplane mode is your best friend. Look, every single study, every single thing that I've read, every book tells you that you have to focus on one thing at a time. When you multitask, it just gives you the opportunity to screw up multiple things at the same time. So when you're at a client appointment, be with that client, be present. When you're doing a listing consultation, a buyer consultation, when you're lead generating, focus on that one thing of client attraction. Don't be scattered. Don't go all over the place. The other thing that airplane mode does when you're in business mode is that it creates exclusivity, which is something that people actually want, and it's counterintuitive to what real estate agents think. See, real estate agents think, I got to be available 24/7. I got to pick up the phone all the time. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's not true. Like I said, as long as you set up the right expectations for your clients and the people on your team and you follow them, you can use airplane mode to do all those other things. When you're at the gym, when you're doing your fitness, airplane mode. Focus on your fitness. Don't be staring into your phone. Don't be on your social media. And that's the other thing that's very important about airplane mode is that when you're done with work, put it on airplane mode. Spend time with your family, with your kids, with your loved ones. Don't be distracted. One of the things I see nowadays in society is everyone has become a phone zombie. Everyone walks around like this on the street, in their appointments, at places where they are, every store. And to me, it's just a disaster, right? Because everyone's buried into their phones instead of having personal conversations, instead of actually being present. So use airplane mode. It will help you out a lot. And guys, look, these 5 habits, I have to tell you, they all go together as a system. And also, this is something that I have to revisit all the time. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you I do this all the time and I never forget. No, I have to revisit this all the time. And so I encourage you to do the same. And when you adopt these 5 habits into your life, like I said, it's not going to instantly make you a millionaire, but when you take this and you incorporate it with the right system, and as I said, I'm going to leave a link down below, you can book a free business strategy call, then it will help you become a millionaire and not just successful in real estate, but you can apply this to every single area of your life. And the other thing that really pisses me off personally is that most real estate agents are just broke. So some of them do some of these habits, but they're still broke. If you don't want to be one of those, then watch this video next.